I bet with Interbet only. They're a fantastic site. I've never had any issues with them. They are very professional. There's never a problem. You deposit money, 2 seconds later it's in your account. You withdraw, which I do very occasionally, and I believe it's also 2 seconds it's in your account.
Race number 3, which will be the start of the Pick 6 1600 meters a trip, and I'm sure that we should get to a decent pool on this Sunday in that Pick 6. And this is a maiden plate that does look to be maybe quite a decent maiden in the offering here, and maybe a form line that we want to follow in time to come. But I'll get into it after we have a look at Flagman when finishing 5th on debut, and then an interview with Duncan Howells.
Is running a big race on the right-hand side, and Flight Path trying to get into it. Inside the 200, Run to Rio. Flight Path, white sleeves and cap now, coming home stoutly. And trying to close in later on, Give Us a Smile. But 14, Flight Path is going on. Flight Path will win. Second spot, maybe Run to Rio. In behind these, Apex, Predator.
Another one, Connoisseur, another one that's been a little bit disappointing. However, to be fair to him, he's never run from a decent draw. I think, once again, he hasn't got a great draw, but with a little bit of luck, I think he's capable of showing good improvement. And also including quartets.
Yeah, Connoisseur, let's have a look at the market. 25 to 1 in the market about Connoisseur, 4 kgs off the back, so maybe a nice inclusion there, as you heard from Duncan Howells. He's never really cracked a draw. Once again, no draw for him, but maybe one that could lurk into that 4th position and give those quartets a real boost. Now, Master of Turf is the favorite, 9 to 2 into 7 to 2. The early support is there. Flagman at 4 to 1. Billy of Tea 9 to 2 into 4 to 1. 5 to 1 about Run to Rio. Jetbund at 7 to 1. It's then 8 to 1 and better of all those. Now, it's a maiden plate where we've got quite a bit of form to work with. Master of Turf, he's returning 7 days later after his debut run behind Common Grounds. Now, he was very green. He was slow out from that deep draw of 13. They decided to drop him out, which obviously was the right call. And he ran on quite nicely, beaten 5.5 lengths. He was the fastest to finish. He now steps up in trip to 1600 meters. And if this run doesn't catch him out, if it hasn't come too quick for him, then I do believe that he is the one that we all have to, that they all have to beat in this contest. I was very encouraged by the way he finished off his race. Frank Robinson, he's got some very, very nice 3-year-olds on his hands, so he'll have a fair line between all of them. And as to how the ability of number 6, Master of the Turf is. And the comment on debut was, I think it was nice big horse, could place. And he ran like next time out you can follow him with a bit of confidence. And I didn't expect him to be running 7 days later, but nonetheless, I'm sure he would have taken his run extremely well. And I think he could certainly go very well in this contest. Flagman, he ran 5th on debut, going through the 400. If you have a look at that run, he was just nowhere to be seen, and he just sort of made nice progress all the way to the line. He hit the line quite hard. The step up in trip is going to be ideal for the son of Flying the Flag. Richard Fourie takes a ride, and quite interesting that we see Richard riding for Garth Puller in this meeting. So that's obviously a notable jockey booking that we need to respect. We saw Noble Warrior come through to run a pleasing race behind Common Grounds. Next time out, we've seen Give Us a Smile run 2 5ths, not really threatening. So form line isn't particularly holding up as I would have thought. But in saying that, Flagman can only improve on what he showed on debut. And I think there's certainly more to come from him. Billy of Tea, terribly costly to follow in his recent outings. Last time out, he just found absolutely nothing when put under pressure. Maybe he just didn't enjoy the yielding conditions on that day. The blinkers go on for the first time. That could certainly get his mind on the job. Sugar Blast has come out to win quite a nice race straight out the maiden. So he's obviously quite a progressive individual. And it's no surprise because Sereno Moodley did mention that he's a horse that isn't going to stop there. So Billy of Tea, he could get involved with those blinkers on if they do have a positive effect on him. Number 11, Run to Rio. Stuart Ferry has been of the opinion that this horse is looking for 1400 to a mile. He ran 2nd behind Flight Path, so he's got the beating of Flagman on that performance. He gets 1.5 kgs off the back. He's just got a deep draw to overcome, but there's no doubt that he's going to be given a chance from the draw. He'll be doing his best work at the finish. And then number 13, Jetbund. Now he ran 2nd behind Navajo Nation last time out, and when you had a look at the race, you would have thought, okay, it's an okay run back in second. Nothing that particularly would jump off the page and you'll say next time out we can have a full go on this horse. But I think what has helped him is that Navo Nation won in the way he did, and he's since come out to win another race. He won quite a competitive handicap, I would say, straight out the maidens, and he looks to be a horse that's on the up. So despite him being beaten 4.5 lengths, he's found 2 decent sorts from the Robbie Hill yard in his last 2 starts, and we go 3 rounds back, beaten behind Greenwood Envy. We saw Greenwood Envy win a solid race just, I think it was 2 weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago down in the Cape, and he runs on Saturday as well. So Greenwood Envy could possibly make it 3 from 3. He is a strong fancy in the race to do so. So I think Jet Bund, he's got quite a bit going for him besides the deep draw. Obviously you have a share in the source as well, so we're hoping that he can get the job done at the 10th time of asking. He's quite consistent of late. He runs his heart out, and I think the 1600 meter triple obviously suit him quite nicely, as it has done in his recent start. So he's a horse that you obviously have to include into the mix. But I think Master of Turf, Flagman and Run to Rio, those are the sort of 3 horses that set the standard in this contest, and the 3 horses that I think everyone probably has to set their sights on, with Master of Turf being the horse that possibly has quite a bit to come after what I saw on debut from this individual. So he would be the narrow first selection. I'm just hoping that the 7-day backup it hasn't come too quick for him. And then for second position, possibly between numbers 5 and 11 to fight out that second position. In terms of the bypass and place accumulators, I would include just those 3 horses, 5, 6 and 11. I think you should be safe to get through with those numbers. And then in terms of the pick 6, I'd include Billy of Tea and number 13, Jet Bund, as those 2 horses could certainly pop up, and there could be decent results in the pick 6 for you. But Master of Turf, Frank Robertson, Muzieni teaming up, narrow first selection in this contest, but there's quite a few horses that will certainly give him a run for his money.
My name's Danny Diliberto, founder of Ladles of Love. It was founded back in 2014. Communities we work with are all over the peninsula, and we're working with 138 beneficiaries now. We've grown exponentially. We've been able to do that because of all the kindness that we have experienced from individuals and corporates such as Interbet, who just want to be part of the change.